The latest in DJI's lineup of drones, the Mavic Air. Let's get into it. So the first thing I have to say about this drone is it's easily the best drone I have ever flown, hands down. The thing is just slick, and the compactness of this thing is on a different scale altogether. The Mavic Pro was compact, but this thing is barely much bigger than your mobile phone. Clearly it's a lot thicker than that. And the whole process of unfolding this thing, getting it out, getting it prepared to fly is really, really slick, much quicker than I've ever experienced with my Phantom 4. I went for the Fly More combo pack, which comes with 3 batteries, a whole heap of extra accessories and a nice bag, which is just dwarfed by the enormous rucksack that I used for my Phantom 4. And when I compare this thing side to side to my Phantom 4, with all of the props on and all of the drone unfolded, it's still smaller than the Phantom 4 when it doesn't have its props attached. That's truly sensational. And like all DJI drones, this thing just flies phenomenally. The picture quality is fantastic, much better data rate on this than we've had in previous drones, 100 megabits per second at 4K. It does lack some of the log picture profiles, but you can still dial back the contrast and the saturation and get a pretty flat picture that you can color grade fantastically later on to match all of your other footage from your other devices. Given the size and weight of this thing, it does a fantastic job of stabilizing itself in the air. The one thing that I did find with it is quite hard to see in the distance, despite the red color that I've chosen to go for. I did find this noticeably harder to see at range than I do with my Phantom 4, I guess, which is bright white and considerably larger in size, but it was quite discombobulating actually when you got this to kind of 100 feet. It was actually starting to get quite difficult to see. When you use some of the automated picture modes, actually you had your heart in your hand, your heart in your mouth, should I say, whilst you watch this thing circle around in what was moderately windy conditions. It did a fantastic job, and I have to say some of these new picture profiles are fantastic. The asteroid, absolutely, or the meteor I think it's called, has got to be seen to be believed, but it's got some great other picture modes, things like the boomerang that just whip it round, sort of an eccentric, is that the word I'm looking for? Eccentric arc, where it goes out quite wide and then comes in quite narrow. That's quite nice actually, and I could think of a whole load of sort of filmography use cases that I might want to use that in. And I have to say, you know, the star of the show is the picture quality of this thing. Let's leave you with some of the footage. Truly sensational. And it has to be said, these things are getting harder and harder to crash. We've got sensors on the front, we've got sensors on the back. One word of warning, there are no sensors on the side of this thing, so when you're flying in some of the automated modes and it's flying this thing sideways, you have absolutely no obstacle avoidance technology available to you at all. So it's you know, it's impetus on you to make sure that you keep your drone from crashing. So all in all, a fantastic little product. It's compact, it's easy to deploy and get up in the air, it's easy to pack up, it's just a pleasure to carry around with you. The Fly More Combo Pack bag, I have to say, is great. It's a bit man-baggish, but I'm okay with that, and it's just easy to carry around. It doesn't feel like you've got this intrusive thing with you, delivering fantastic 4K 100 megabits per second video. Just a total pleasure to find, and I have to say the pricing of this thing is pretty decent for what you're getting included in there as well. So there we go guys, a DJI Mavic Air, the best drone I've ever flown, fantastic product. Look out for a whole heap of tutorial videos coming soon. I hope you're really well wherever in the world you are. Please like and share this video, subscribe if you're not, and I will see you in my next one.